Alright everyone, welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to create sections of our course. So just to let you know that I have also completed the prerequisites and target audience as well. So if you have not yet completed, so previously what we learned is basically we created the learning outcomes and I gave you the task. So I hope so you have already completed that. Now the next section is basically our curriculum section. So inside the curriculum, when I navigate to it, so this takes me to the sections page. So inside the sections, in every course we have sections and then sections has contents. So this is how the this is how the courses will be created. So we will have course, and then inside the course we will have sections, and inside the sections we will definitely create or upload our contents. Either it can be in the form of PDF, JPEG, video files, audio files, whatever we would like to upload it. All right, so this is basically the main page of sections, and if I go to the add new section, so here this is how this will look like. So this will have a title, a description, and an image to upload. Okay, so an image is an optional, but definitely would be good to have there. So if the section has any images, so we can display the images as well. All right, so let's get started with that. So what I did is basically inside our web routes PHP, what I did is basically I created a resource route of courses.sections and then a controller pointing out to the controller classes. All right, so inside that I have the index and create functionality, and not any created functionality at the moment. And I have also created the services, a model, and inside the course I have defined the relationships, so learning outcomes, prerequisites, and sections. All right, and then I have like the view files. So let's get started with that. So inside the create function I have created the form. So the form is pointing out to our courses.sections.store. What we all need is basically I will go to the course controller. So definitely I'll grab this code from here because most of the code is already the same, so there is no need to write individual code again and again. So let me just paste it again, and let's click confirm to import all the classes. So I will change this course section has been added successfully, and this will also we also need to pass the course and a request. So let's create a request form class. So PHP artisan make make a request, and that would be course section form request, like so. So here we should replace it with course section form request, and let's open that. So the first thing that we need is basically we need to set this to true, the authorization, and we basically need the title is only the optional. This description is not optional, and the image is also not optional. So what I'm going to do is basically I will make sure that the title is required string and maximum has 255 characters. Now if I take a look at this course sections table, so what we did is basically, yes, we have null here and active as well. Okay, so that's about it for this course request class. And now let's open our service class and let's create a function of save store, which basically accepts the request and a course. And let's return let's say, so here you can also see that this is basically giving me an AI section. So AI is basically automatically generating it. So what it is doing is basically this is saying course section and create. We can definitely do that as well because we have already created a sections relationship here as well. So let's try out with this option and see if that works, because to be honest with you, I never worked with that. Alright, so what we need to do is basically, in this case, I will use request. So request input, or maybe we can use string. So this will filter out that the text that is coming should be string. And let's also open our course section here, course service, and I just want to grab the URL title, because we are also going to create the URL title. So let's import the proper classes, and that should be course section. Once this is done, so what we need is basically URL underscore title, and that would be $this generate URL title, and let's pass the request. And here I would like to return the title, or maybe let's change this to URL title. The reason is that because or maybe we can just say model. So I just want to give this a generic name, so that every time we just copy the thing, we just don't need to replace or rename the variable names. All right, so since all of these are not yet completed, obviously we also need to upload the image as well, and also the description. So let's grab those things from here to make things easier. So courses, inside the courses we will definitely create a new section called this new folder called sections. All right, and then description would be as it is, so just copy and paste it here. So this string is basically like, this will accept only the string characters. This will not accept any booleans or true false or numeric characters. All right, so this will, numeric characters will be treated as a string, but definitely this will make sure that it is a string, not any sort of other characters that typically or might be harmful for our application. All right, so let's refresh our page and see if everything works. So here I can say introduction. All right, and let's also grab some lipsum, just paste it here, and introduction images, just for an instance, to make sure that everything is working perfectly. So let's grab any, I think this one would be much better, and let's upload the images. So let's go to downloads, introduction, and submit. And it says course section has been successfully added successfully. So let's take a look at here, and here we can definitely see we have course properly linked, we have title, URL title, description, and image. And in order to verify the image, we need to make sure that it works. So yep, that image works, that's perfectly fine. All right, so obviously so the way we created these sections, and the rest of other two options are pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Like, we only need to display the sections of our courses, and I hope so that they will also display here as well. So this says that the status is not exist, so let's also grab this endpoint, URL endpoint. So I will name it as courses / course sections / section, and this should point to here. And let's also use courses dot sections dot status. And now if I just try it, all right, so we have some data table issue, so let's also fix that and see if everything goes. So serial number, image, okay, so we are missing title here. So all I need is just to display section title. So here you can see I have created a relationship. So now I am using course sections and count and then for each loop on course sections. So now if I try to reload the page and everything works except this goes out of the page, and that should not be the case. So here we have, anyways, this is how actually things are working. So we can also see we have an image, introduction. So these are just random numbers. So I'm definitely, we will have to display how many lectures each section has, and then how many comments each section has as well, and then the status as well. So definitely these three buttons you are very familiar, quite familiar with those. So I hope so that you will basically work around with these things and make sure that the sections are completed. So in the next lecture I will come back with the new UI where we will be uploading our course contents, and that is basically the major important part of our application, because we are going to display a lot of different sort of pop-ups in that lecture based on how the user wants to upload the content, either they are in the form of audio, video and stuff like that. Alright, so that's it for this section, and I will see you in the next one.